we go, when that little circle goes away. Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Monday, March 12th, 2012. We're going to go over the trades we took this morning in the live trading room. We only took Russell trades this morning. We missed a few of them, and some of the ones that we got into, we didn't take profit where we probably should have taken profit. And because of that, we are down a little bit on the Russell right now. Now, let's just go back to the beginning here. All right, at 9:30, here we go. I'm going to minimize this because I don't want anyone to focus on that. Watch the bottom one down here, the CF combo. I know it says 2, but it's really just a CF combo. What we're looking for here is divergence down here. Okay, we're looking for divergence down here. We're also watching the support and resistance dots up here. All right, and where price is with regard to the MA1. Now over here, price had moved up and had broken resistance. We had everything moving up right here, so we took an entry here on the up close. We took an entry here on the up close above the MA1. Price moved up in our favor a little bit, and we didn't move our stop up or anything like that. It came back up, came back and stopped us out right here. All right, price had then reversed, tested the BBC right here, closed back down below it right here with divergence. Now this is selling pressure down here. I'm sorry, selling pressure down here, and we often refer to it as like a hiccup because the market just jumps up a little bit and then continues back down in the direction it was going. Like this move right here from here to here, this was a little up move inside of the overall down move. The entry position would have been right there, and that would have worked out just fine. However, I missed that entry. Price moved up again to resistance. Now resistance didn't get put in until this bar right here, but it did move up to resistance, closed back down under the MA1, pulled back up to it, and dropped considerably right down into the weekly trading zone. Again, right in here was a little hiccup where price moved against the longer term direction here by dropping down, but we didn't have any indication of it, so we had no entry position there. Alright, here price moved up, and we had some bearish divergence right here. Now I entered here on the pullback up to the BBC. I gave it a little bit of room here because I had missed the original entry. So I entered short right here. It dropped down about 10 ticks. I didn't take profit, but I moved my stop up to break even. If I had taken profit there, it would have been even on the day there, or maybe up a little bit. But I didn't. I moved my stop up to break even, and that got us out here at break even when price moved up. All right. Right over here, down here, if you look at the bottom down here, you'll see there was another one of those moves where price, the longer term, was this move right here. Now at the time, we only knew that price had moved down below the BBC, back up to it right here, and dropped down below. All right, that was another opportunity right in there, is where it would have been when we had the little hiccup down there. All right, and price dropped all the way down here. Now after it broke the support right here, I took the trade on the broken support right here when this had rolled down. Right here, I took that trade, and it came back against me and got me for 8 ticks, or 9 ticks. Again, price moved up, came back down. Similar scenario, but this time we had bullish divergence down here, so we weren't going to continue on the short trade here. All right, it came down, put in support, and right here where it put in support and closed back up above the MA1 with the bullish divergence. I've already got the arrow drawn in there, but this is the bullish divergence right here. Okay, that space in between the black line and the cycle. There was an opportunity to enter right there. All right, now price continued to move over. I took this short trade here. The overall move was from here down to here. Price moved up here. I faded the divergence off of the BBC. Now this gave me some profit. This gave me about 8 or 9 ticks profit, and I just moved my stop up to break even. Didn't take the profit again. That would have made me even or better on the day, but I didn't. I didn't take the profit on it. All right. Excuse me. As it were, price came down, did that. The MA1 held it. All right, then it moved up, and on the move up, on the other side now, you see this right here closing up above the MA1 with this right here, the rolling up. That's the hiccup on the north side going long. Okay, that gave an opportunity to get long in there. And right here we don't have anything. That was the Russell this morning. Now I'm going to do something that we don't normally do. I'm going to show you the NQ. Alright, I didn't mark the NQ up, but I'll just go through it. We were watching the NQ this morning because everything else was going sideways, and so we thought we would take a look at the NQ and see how that was doing. Very similar setups. You have the same divergences, closing above the MA1, coming off of support, moving up to resistance. Alright, over here, the same type of hiccup move on the way down, same time, same everything. Price dropping down through support. There was an area in here where it got really choppy. I'll show you that in a minute. Right here we had divergence, some bearish divergence. Price closed down below the MA1. This one moved against it a little ways here. It ended up going back down with it. There was an area, I want to get to that really choppy area and show you how it worked in there. Right here again we had divergence down here. And if you focus on the bottom right here, we had some divergence and price moved down with it right here. Now I know over here, we'll get to it in a few minutes. We had bullish divergence right here, where price moved up. Same thing as we had over here. Again, right here, bearish divergence, price moved down. I know we had some guys in the live trading room that took this short trade right here. We don't normally. Now I'm just going to tell you guys, we don't normally trade the NQ, but it's tradable. It's definitely tradable. And today it was more tradable than the ES, the YM, and the 6E all put together. This was the choppy area that I wanted to get into. Now in here in this choppy area, we had bullish divergence right here, so you would have been looking to go long right here, got up to support, up to resistance for a little bit of a profit potential. Alright, then price pulled back down here, gave another possible entry right in here. Now your risk on this is going to be down below the swing pivot, right, the one that got you into the trade. So that got you back up here to this next level. And it just gave you a couple of opportunities, profitable opportunities in this really, really messy, choppy period right here. Alright, now as we kept going forward, we had some bearish divergence in here, but we never had anything to support the bearish divergence up here with price, okay? We had bullish divergence establish itself, and we had to close above the MA1 right there. Right on top of support. Wasn't the greatest spot for it. It still gave a few ticks. And right now we are working with broken resistance. Alright, that's broken resistance right there. We have divergence, bullish divergence to support the broken resistance. So if we got to close up above the MA1, that would be a good spot to go long. Alright, that's what I would be looking at right here. With the bullish divergence right now, the bounce off the BBC should work pretty well. Okay, so we have broken resistance, bullish divergence, and we're pulling back just a little bit right here, it looks. So I would look for a bounce off the BBC right here, or a possible close above right here if you want to wait until the momentum is with the trade. Alright, that's the NQ. Now we don't normally do the NQ in here, but I just thought I'd show that this morning. On the ES, we had one possible trade set up this morning from the 10,000 contract. We had a bearish cross right here with a pullback up to the BBC right here. Just as it pulled out of the weekly trading zone, it dropped from there down to support, which was a full 2 points. That was all we had on the ES this morning. On the YM, we didn't have a lot going on the YM. This is the first pullback here. The window of opportunity was from here at 865 up here to 880. It filled the window of opportunity. The entry would have been on the pullback to the BBC up to the MA1 for 15 ticks. Alright, it dropped down below here, and we said we weren't going to trade anything over here. We weren't going to go short into the weekly trading zone. Alright, the problem that we had with the ES and the YM was one was below a zone, one was above the zone all morning, so we weren't able to do a lot in there. Now we got our bullish cross here, and it pulled back down to the BBC. There was almost no room in between the BBC and the MA1. We did have one of our partners take the trade here, and he did take profit on it. Only 5 ticks though, because there was just no room, and that was pretty much all there was with the YM, the ES, the Russell, the NQ. The one that I haven't shown you yet is the 6E. All right, now the thing with the 6E is that it was pretty quiet this morning as well. All right, on the short side, we didn't have anything this morning. On the long side, the only opportunity we really had, and it was questionable at best, and I was suggesting not doing anything. Because the white and the green were right on top of each other right here as it broke the elbow to the upside, I couldn't really say that the white was leading the green, so the pullback to the BBC might work, but typically that's the trade that we would look at. Now, beyond that, you could look at the full divergence that we had right here in the close above the MA1. Right there. All right, and again, right over here. Those are the 2 spots where you could have traded the 6E this morning. All right, you could have gone long there on the full divergence, close above the MA1. Again, same thing right here, close above the MA1. All right. And that's it. That's what we had for the morning session. All right. If anybody has any questions about that, you can email me at tech, that's TECH, at CFRN.net, or if you are listening and or watching and you have not taken the trial with us yet, you can take a free trial with us to see all this stuff happen live at www.cfrn.net/apply. All right. All right. That's it. I'm going to stop the recording.